Welcome back. I'm MTG Joe. Today we're going to be playing some off-meta decks. So this is a green-black rock style or green-black mid-range, also known as Golgari. So the deck itself is looking to play a mid-range strategy, just heavy removal, efficient threats, and kind of close out with repeated value from our planeswalkers. So the deck itself, in the 1-drop slot, we have Knight of Ebon Legion. So this is a card that scales well late game, can be pumped to serve as removal with the Death Touch if need be, and kind of just helps our plan to kind of be aggressive at times if need be, or defensive. Llanowar Elf is a ramp spell that gets us higher up on the curve. We have Merfolk Branchwalker. This is the only part of the Explore package I'm playing. It's just really to help us smooth out our land drops. Try to help us get to the mid to late game. We got Cast Down and Legion's End as a removal in the main board. More targeted removal for creatures. Legion's End is for all the Scapeshift going around. Assassin's Trophy can also deal with Field of the Dead and any troublesome permanent. So this deck is kind of heavily skewed main board to deal with a lot of the troublesome threats in terms of Scapeshift. We have a lot of main board hate for Scapeshift, which is nice. So the rest of the deck, we have Chupacabra as more removal and being a creature. Ripjaw Raptor is really good against any sort of attacking deck with creatures that don't have evasion, draws us cards. Some Contempt to deal with planeswalkers at instant speed. I'm trying out a Vivien Arkbow here. It can make our smaller creatures a little bit better. I haven't played too much with Vivien at this point, so I want to give her a shot, but she might be better suited as 5-mana Vivien from M19. But we'll give her a shot, see how she feels. A couple of the Queen Golgari. Vraska can deal with troublesome enchantments or planeswalkers. Also is card advantage late game. A couple Nissas on the top end. We're not an all-in Nissa strategy. We're not that heavy on forests. So it's more just like a value creature as opposed to kind of like a fringe or like an all-in strategy. At the 6-drop slot, I'm testing out a couple things here. This deck I haven't played it yet, so it's kind of the first time we're going to be going through it. So I have Find Finality, can recycle our threats, but more importantly, it can wipe the board. We have Command the Dreadhorde as a reanimation spell. I don't know how much damage we're going to take with this deck, so I didn't want to go full all-in command style. We also don't have the Explore package to offset it, so this might get cut for something else. Liliana, Dreadhorde General, is one of the main ways we can win. It's a good threat on its own. We have Ugin as a catch-all, and then Casualty of War blows up everything, so this is another way to get rid of field. Our mana base is a couple basics. We have Overgrown Tomb, Temple of Malady, Woodland Cemetery. I'm missing a couple of these duels, but figure there's enough between them that should be fine. And then I got Field of Ruin as well. We're a 2-colored mana base, so we can target their stuff. And then in the sideboard, we have Duress for control, Veil of Summer versus Esper, Noxious Grasp versus green and white stuff, Elder Spell against the heavier Planeswalker decks, and then Golden Demise. So Golden Demise over Cryocarnarium. This gets rid of their zombies, but most of the time we should have City's Blessing, and then it keeps our stuff alive. We have a lot of smaller things, so I don't want to wipe our board. Thrashing Brontodon, good overall, and Shifting Ceratops versus the blue-based strategies. So I'll give it a shot. Like I said, this will probably change to some capacity. There's a number of one-ofs that we're just trying out right now that we'd likely be replacing with other things. And yeah, that's it. So we are live on Twitch today. Thanks for those tuning in. I'm hoping that the video quality is better right now. It should be at least 720 now. For some reason, the settings are defaulted to a lower resolution. So for those in chat, if you could let me know if it's coming in at 720 for you as well, that'd be great. If you do miss any of my content live on the stream, you can catch everything on my YouTube channel, MTG_Joe. So I did a couple of the rotation-proof decks. We are going to be doing a couple off-meta decks right now that look at the entire card pool in Standard right now. My article for part 3 of the rotation-proof decks should be up in the next day or so on Aether Hub. And as always, if you can, subscribing is the easiest way to support the channel. We'll play traditional ranked here. Costs you nothing and goes a long way to helping out. Same with if you could follow on Twitch. Another way just to help out the channel at no cost to yourself. That's my pandering. And now we'll go to it. So we'll play first. We'll keep this. I can play Elf on 1. And then go from there. We got Branchwalker too, which is nice. So I'm going to set up a Scry first. This is most likely Scapeshift, so I'm probably going to keep Casualty of War. Or actually, yeah, we could keep it. Because we have the land for Vraska next turn. So here we'll attack in for 3. So here we're gonna just decline to sack. We can pressure the ultimate. This looks like, yeah, so it is Scapeshift. So we have actually 3 answers to their board in the main, which is pretty sweet. Let's just check something on the settings really quick. Okay. I don't know why Twitch decides to, or OBS switch my settings down all the time. Okay. So we can kill the Teferi regardless. Actually not bad for us. We get to recycle our Branchwalker. Them also having 2 fields. We can probably... I'll probably keep that on top. And we'll just decline here. Because we have answers, I'm a little bit more comfortable actually targeting them with it. Okay, so they root here. There's still a couple lands off from getting Scapeshift going. And Vraska can ultimate next turn, so it does put pressure on them to have something. So her ability basically wins us the game. So they need an answer for Vraska, an answer for our board. Like they can Scapeshift here, get a bunch, but we have Legion's End. So they kick Grow from the Ashes. That'll get them a bunch of zombies, but I think they're dead regardless here. So usually against Scapeshift you want to have good early aggression. That's fine, they overcommit. It's also okay.
Sorry I'm late.
It's an odd choice. So we'll just Legion's End here. Pop Vraska. And that should be it. Cool. Finally, when we build a deck to beat a certain deck, we actually get paired up against it. So in this matchup, I'm going to bring in the Noxious Grasps, the Golden Demise, and the Duress. Coming out, I do like the early aggression. Cast Down's not as necessary. Chupacabra is not as necessary. Command, probably not. Ugin, probably not. Liliana might be a little slow. Let's cut a Lily. I just like ways of cleaning up their board. Just go Lily, and I want my early threats. Let's go like that. Let's do a split of Lily and Nissa, see how that goes. Any cool decks you're playing right now? I think the one that I want to try building a little bit more and tailoring that 5-color Golos Gates deck that I built for the rotation proof was actually pretty fun. Might be a way to play around post-rotation with Field of the Dead. Also, Yarok Field looks pretty sweet. Just like playing a bunch of elementals, draw your deck out when we Jace. Alright, so... I think we got a mulligan. Okay, sounds much better. I'm gonna put one Duress back. So I'm gonna set up the Scry this turn. Probably okay for lands. So the reason we're doing this, next turn I can Duress and Llanowar. The only spells they'll really play on 2 is Growth Spiral. So this will allow us to get a Teferi out of their hands. Okay, so they have Veil of Summer, so we are punished a little that way. They have the Elvish Rejuvenator. Hey Halgrim, are you playing the version that plays like a Johnny's Pride Maid and stuff like that? Or are you playing kind of, oh, what's the 2-mana enchantment that whenever you gain life, draw a card? That one, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Okay, so they have Root. They're going to have it going... So I might wait it. Ooh, Field's really good here. If they want to do that, let's just Field of Ruin here. Probably just another green source here. No blocks for us. That's probably a Hydroid Crisis. It's another casualties.
Pity we couldn't have been allies.
I'm gonna hold back, so it's worse against if they have Teferi to bounce a Ripjaw Raptor. But they might be incentivized to attack Vraska in. Yeah, I tried out the white-black life gain, like a post-rotation version, but I found with losing like a Johnny's Welcome, the cat, it got a lot worse. Okay, so we got another field, which is sweet.
An unfortunate casualty.
So we're going to decline. So we do have Casualty of War. So we can Casualty of War, get rid of that. I want to hit a Teferi as well. That might be a little greedy. So we can Field of Ruin. Get rid of that. Get the land. Cast Golden Demise. We lose the Llanowar Elf, but it gets rid of their board. They will be able to Blast Zone next turn to wipe our board, so it might have made more sense for us to take out the Blast Zone there. Okay, so they crack it now, so we don't get an activation. Another Field of Dead. So it's actually not that bad of a draw. So we're going to destroy land and creature. So get rid of this. We're down 3. Field of the Deads. I got one more Rejuvenator. Did they fail to find? Oh, that's actually awesome. Nothing to blow up right now. Knight's pretty good here because we can pump it and block. Okay, so they go Deputy. They hit us for 5. Assassin's Trophy's not bad. We can instant speed it. Get a surprise blocker and then pump it. This gets them a land, but at this point they don't have Field of the Dead out. So we're a little far behind still. We're at 3 life. Hoping to... What's our best draw here? Liliana, probably. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Just double root. So opponent's kind of flooding out. The deck gets a lot worse when you don't have Field of the Dead out. Okay, kind of priced into doing this. We'll just get rid of the Hallowed Fountain. What we lack in this deck is like a catch-up mechanic like Hydroid Crisis. So they're opting to hold their lands, I guess, for the last field. They might also be out of basics. Okay, so no added value playing the land here. We can fake like we have something. They're at 29 cards. Oh, that's great. Don't get countered. Don't get countered. This gives us card draw. It gives us a way. So opponent's digging. Okay, so they scry to the bottom. Might be able to grind them out here now. Knight of Ebon is also nice. Because even a time wipe now just gives us a bunch of refilled cards. Can also get them to sack their board. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll play this now in case we draw another land. It's 3 pumps with Knight of Ebon. Cool. Outgrinded Scapeshift. We got a pack. Could I have a Yark, please? I'm missing one. Not the Cavalier we wanted. We'll run it back for one more. Alright, so hopefully we run into Scapeshift again. I think we did a pretty good job. Like, the opponent did whiff a lot, but we took them out of their engine, which, without the lands you saw, they just have like a bunch of ramp spells that don't do anything. We can blow up their lands the first few turns. Let's see how this goes. I don't know what we're playing yet. This could be a couple different things, just seeing that. Okay, so this is Gruul. So our hand is pretty bad against this. We guessed wrong and have drawn nothing but 6 drops. I'm going to field their Rootbound Crag here. Domri fights.
You call it anarchy. For me, it's just another day.
Yeah. Guessed wrong there. The hand was really good against if we ran into like Scapeshift, ramp deck. So in this matchup, Golden Demise might be okay. So what are we taking out? The Assassin's Trophy gives its general catch-all. Legion's Ending's probably too narrow. Fine Finality's all fine. Bring in the Noxious Grasp. And then I think our deck's pretty well equipped, to be honest. Command the Dreadhorde could probably come out and just play maybe just a Golden Demise as a catch-up. Can block pretty well too. Same with Brontodon. I think we run it like this. Standard's quite diverse right now. Like there's archetypes, so like we're hedging against one. This hand's rough. I think we mulligan. Jeez. I think we keep this and just hope for the best. Black Source on 2 would be great. Or just a 6-drop. Our draw also aligns really poorly with Golden Demise right now. Okay. Let's not waste our time here. We're not likely to catch up there. Let's run it back one more. Like if we curve out, like Ripjaw Raptor is really good in that matchup. You have like Chupacabra. Okay, we'll keep this hand. We got early disruption. I forgot to switch our lands. We got that full art forced. I wonder, has there been any announcement on what the Planecation event is this week? I gotta check after this match. So opponent mulls to 5, and we're playing Scapeshift, so we are happy. We have a catch-up mechanic in Finality. Singleton. Okay, there's a couple fun lists we can play. Knight's actually pretty sweet here. It lets us use our mana to attack in. I don't want to show them the... So here I'm gonna cast down. I want to get Teferi off the board.
I really should have seen that coming.
Okay. So opponent might be running out of gas. Next turn we can attack with Knight. You hit field? No. Okay, so they don't block. We set them up that way. Get that out of the way. So they reset onto Fairy. That card is a good tempo play against us. And they deputy. Ugin, sweet. Ugin can't protect itself though. Actually, it can. We kill the deputy. We get back our Branchwalker. Got a second field now, so we're taking out both their key lands, and then Ugin's gonna start pumping out stuff. That'll give us card advantage.
Here we go.
Oh. That gets me excited. Oh, and a Liliana under there. So I would love to just destroy everything you have and cherish. For the land, I'm going to get rid of the memorial. Actually, not. Let's cancel. Because they're going to cast crack the memorial in response. So let's get rid of the breeding pool. This way they lose 2 lands. We did miss. We could have tapped the Llanowar Elf and then played Knight of Ebon. Okay, so I'm going to keep the Assassin's Trophy. That'll deal with the land if we need to.
Secrets manifest before you.
And then that gets bigger. Alright, so against Scapeshift, we rock them.
I am not going to sit this one out. Oh, I've done the hero thing.
And then Growth Spiral. Still missing lands. Okay, so let's see. If we attack everything into the opponent, they take 5. Just do this. I don't want to deal with an instant speed Scapeshift.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
I think we just passed turn. Okay, so they root. That doesn't really do much for them without a field down. It's probably okay. So they're gonna just get a bunch of Scapeshift stuff. I'm gonna field them now. So they pull out more lands. Wait for the opponent to resolve everything. So just get rid of that. We'll get a force this time. And then just Assassin's Trophy. Probably just the other field. When this dies, we have another field of the dead. So we have Contempt as well. No, no! I messed that up. Fuck. No, they didn't block the right one. No! We had this game. I screwed that up so badly. I was trying to get too cute. That was an error on my part. We had the game there. I got too fancy. So Golden Demise, Duress, Noxious Grasp, Nissa out, Command out, 5 more cards, Cast down, Chupacabra. Choose a creature from outside the game. Probably just Vivien. Ah, that felt so bad. I wanted to put counters on it, but I didn't count the mana. And then we gave him all those extra zombies too, so it didn't help. If they would have blocked the one field that mattered, we could have still caught up. Keep this hand. Sometimes when you're chatting and you're doing a couple things at once, okay, so we got the field, which is nice. Gonna graveyard this for now. I want to land. So I'm gonna hold off with Field of Ruining the Field of the Dead. Lots of fields. Okay, so now that they have root, I will Field of Ruin them. Do this on their upkeep. forest. It's fine. Another route doesn't really get them without the Field of the Dead. Just kind of hoping for a land there, to be honest. I'm gonna do this to get Vraska down, and then this starts putting counters on Knight of Ebon. If they spend 5 mana on their turn just cracking this, probably happy with it. They're gonna Scapeshift. Okay, let them Scapeshift. We got the Golden Demise in hand. We can also sack our Branchwalker to Vraska to draw a card. So they'll trigger a bunch of fields. We are not going to get greedy this time, and we're going to play the Golden Demise. I'll set up a scry. What's the left? Ooh, that's actually... we're short. We'll just cast another Branchwalker. Ugin... I think we need to graveyard it. Do we want to land? Let's library it.
Stand by and walk.
Yeah, so they bounce out with Teferi. Perfect. Blow up one of these, blow up that.
Only time will tell.
So they have to send everything at Vraska here.
Don't be surprised if we meet again.
Yeah, I think we fell too far behind. Okay, so here I can Vraska's Contempt and play a Knight of Ebon. Get them to commit more to the board. I can play Ugin. Because my Knight of Ebon dies anyways. So maybe I just play Ugin, make a token. Okay, no attacks. Just use this one as a blocker. so they growth spiral. They missed a land, which isn't too bad. They do have the Field of Ruin. Do we take 8 here? Yeah. I think we just block as such. Liliana can be a distraction for a while for them.
The undead make great minions. Loyal. This looks like a fun new toy.
See how they go. They growth spiral again. Okay, so they do get a land this time. So that's 10 coming in anyways, so it dies. This gets us extra card draw, saved us 10 damage. So here, I think we need to Golden Demise. Just... do we play out the elf? Probably just... yeah, play out the elf in case they have a Teferi to bounce. They can Field of Ruin. Oh, they're opting to not, so that might mean they don't have any basics left. I opted to not play Ashiok because we're pretty heavy focused in the main board already to deal with Scapeshift. So they Hydroid. Legion's End's nice. Do we Legion's End the Hydroid Crisis? I'm just gonna get rid of Hydroid Crisis here. I'm gonna hold this in case they make a couple more tokens. Again, they're gonna be incentivized to attack Ugin. I'm gonna take the free block here. Actually, I think we could just block like that too. That's fine. They root. They fail to find. I think we wait one more turn and then we Legion's End them. $16 cards left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17. They're probably most of the way through their deck with lands. So Knight of Ebon. So this is interesting for a couple reasons. Hydroid Crisis presents us the biggest clock. So I think we do need to exile that. That also gets rid of another one if they have it in hand. Okay, so they have Veil of Summer. So we might be dead now. We need a direct removal spell. Are we just dead? 20. Ah. We misplayed that first game, which is kind of unfortunate because we had the win and then kind of fell behind there. So deck has some legs. It's a little clunky at times, but something if you really want to punish the Scapeshift decks you can play. We lost that one, but I'd probably go more Ugin. That felt good, and maybe Liliana. Anyways, thanks for those who tuned in live, and have a great one.